Guys, we have a big breaking news coming out. Experts sounding the alarm issues warning as the United States region set to be blasted by most likely extreme cold on Earth, being released earlier and earlier. All right, so we're going to see what's going on here. Please prepare your families. Make sure you stock up and prepare yourself spiritually, physically, and mentally. Multiple states are sounding the alarm. New Jersey declares state of emergency. There's been a lot of accidents, tons of accidents, flight delays, you name it. And we are praying for the people in multiple states that's being impacted by this storm. Alright guys, before I start, for those of you that want to send us letters or prayer requests, you can send it to me, US Santiago, or my wife Jessica Santiago at 3432 US Highway 19, number 2, Holiday, Florida 34691. It says here, a leading expert has issued a stark warning. The central and eastern United States of America faces one of the planet's most severe cold outbreaks this month, fueled by an early Arctic air plunge. Now, guys, we still in fall. I think winter starts on December 20th, right? So this is still fall, and we are seeing winter stuff early in 2025. So you have Judah, not the one in scripture, Judah Corhan, at the Massachusetts, described the incoming chill as the most expansive region of most likely extreme cold on Earth. Can this be related to the solar flare? Can a solar flare cause some kind of shifting that's happening to our planet? I did post a video a few days ago. Air flights were being impacted due to radiation. All right, so we are definitely seeing a lot of the signs of the heavens, the sign of the sun. You have a solar flare just hitting our planet, possibly causing some kind of shifting. So once again, likely extreme cold on Earth, spanning from the Canadian plains to the U.S. East Coast in mid to late December. My thinking is that the cold, the first week of December is the appetizer, and the main course will be in mid-December. This week's initial Arctic surge, dubbed the appetizer, is already disrupting travel and daily life. In Michigan's Upper Peninsula, up to a foot of snow is forecast by Thursday afternoon, with visibilities potentially dropping below 1/4 of a mile due to blowing snow. The National Weather Service in Marquette warns travel could be very, very difficult. It's not a good time to travel. It seems like this whole week, it just, ever since that gov shutdown, has been a curse. It says here the morning commute face hazards as bitterly cold air over the Great Lakes triggers moderate to heavy snow. And by Friday, the Northeast could shatter records for low temperatures and cold maximums. The blast targets a vast swath, northern plains, Great Lakes, Midwest hubs like Chicago, and Northeast cities, including New York City, and extends south to Asheville, North Carolina. Cities from Chicago to Asheville rate severe to extreme on the accumulated winter season severity index, which measures cold intensity, snow volume, and persistence. New York City sits at the category 3 of 5 of winter severity. I truly apologize, guys. These words are really small. Paradoxically, it says here global warming drives these outbreaks. Once again, Judah explains that the accelerated Arctic warning twice the global rate weakens the polar vortex and jet stream, increasing disruption. A lobe of the vortex is sinking south now, releasing frigid air earlier and earlier. Data underscores the shift. Over the past week, 220 cold records fell versus 143 warm ones. Year to date, warm records still double cold ones with a 99.9% chance. 2025 ranks among Earth's top 5 warmest years. All right, so once again, that's the latest breaking news, and I want to show you something else. And let me just show you the title again. Expert issues warning as U.S. region set to be blasted by most likely extreme cold on Earth, being released earlier and earlier. So it's not over. We are definitely seeing a lot of these weather that's impacting millions of Americans. Winter storm recap after nearly 8 months. The entire, okay, we're going to skip that. DC is going to see something pretty soon. So give me 1 second here, guys. We are really praying for a lot of people out there. Colorado sees wide-ranging snow totals as first impactful snowstorm of the season wraps up. Man. I want to see if there's any state of emergency declared. When it comes to the storm, the only state that declared emergency was New Jersey. All right, so give me a second here, guys. If you can, make sure you hit that like button, guys. It seems like things are kind of cooling down, but DC might be the big one. DC may see accumulated snow as storm hits mid-Atlantic. Let me see what's going on with this news here. So you have the cold air is settled into the area, and we have had a bit of wintry weather over a portion of western Kansas last night. Any leftover slick spots? Give me a second. Advertisement alert. Any leftover slick spots on the roads are expected to clear up by early afternoon as temperature rise above freezing. All right, so we're going to skip this one here. I want to see if there's any flight delays, which I do believe there's some flight delays going on. Yeah, 3 hours ago, it seems like there's some flight delays. Actually, that's in another country, but it seems like there's not much flight delays. Yeah, I'm not seeing any flight delays, which is a good thing. I mean, yeah, I'm not seeing it. And it seems like the storm is basically heading towards east, towards the Atlantic. So again, I'm just doing all my research right now. This is basically, I should have done a live stream on this one here. Let me go on X really quick. Let me go to National Weather Service. See if there's any updates on X. All right, here we go. Yeah, I'm not saying anything. It seems like it's pretty good. I mean, you do have this news that's coming out 4 hours ago. Just a thin layer of ice on roadways is enough to make driving hazardous. Bridges and overpasses are especially prone to black ice. All right, so we already know this. Black ice is brutal. So even walking on the sidewalk um, is brutal. So yeah, the last update was like 11 hours ago. We already talked about this one here. Um, this was posted 1 hour ago. The National Weather Service has issued a winter weather advisory for Pike, Floyd, Perry, Bell, and all these other regions. Which one is this though? Ohio? Seems like this is Ohio. All right, let me go to this one here, guys. Let me go back to this news here. We're gonna go with this is the same news article, but this is a continuation. Once again, expert issues warning as U.S. region said to be blasted. It says here you have forecasters with the New York National Weather Service office have said record low temperatures in Bridgeport and at LaGuardia and JF Kennedy Airport may be in jeopardy on Friday. Some record cold maximum temperatures could also be set in Northeast that day. This week's Arctic outbreak is a result of a lobe of the polar vortex sinking south into the U.S. The Arctic polar vortex is a band of strong westerly winds that forms in the stratosphere between about 10 and 30 miles above the North Pole every winter. The National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration described back in 2021 the winds enclosed a large pool of extremely cold air. On top of that, you have the not polar vortex, the northern lights, the auroras. Scientists believe our overheating planet, okay, our overheating planet is causing the frequency of the polar vortex disruption to increase. Or maybe, just maybe, it might be CERN, HARP, 5G, the satellites in orbit. Maybe it could be that, or the chemtrails. Of course, they're going to blame the planet. It makes sense that the polar vortex tends not to be as strong due to the global warming because the planet isn't warming. I wonder why. Again, we have so many things going on. It's warming more at the pole overall, decreasing the strength of the polar vortex and the jet stream and making it more susceptible to being dislodged and sent our way. Again, guys, we do have a lot of stuff going on. We do have all these agencies releasing so many stuff in the air. I mean, again, there's again, you have some companies talking about blocking the sun. I mean, stuff like that is what causes all these shifting going on. Decker also pointed out then that even though our world is warming, we still aren't immune to outbreaks of bitter cold. As the polar vortex is displaced from time to time, once again, the National Center for Environmental Information reported that over the past 7 days, there have been 220 cold records set compared to 143 records for warm temperatures. However, year to date, record warm temperatures have more than doubled record cold temperatures. The NCEI Global Climate Report for October said this year now has a 99.9% chance of ranking among the top 5 warmest years on record for Earth. All right. So that's the latest updates, guys, when it comes to the weather. Snowstorm, you name it, polar vortex. We are seeing early winter storm. And it's just the tip of the iceberg. So I would keep it updated on this one here. Experts are really sounding the alarm. So please prepare your families if you live up north. Again, make sure you have, just in case, extra blankets, candles. Make sure your phone is fully charged. Fill up your gas tank. Again, I do believe winter is going to be one of the biggest one. Now, again, you guys already know what happened to Texas back in 2021. That was brutal. That was just brutal. And we had a commander-in-chief that did absolutely nothing to help the people in Texas. But again, history repeats itself. But it ain't the planet's fault. We just have too many things going on. We turned this place into a big, massive microwave. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. Check out the videos I posted today. The links will be in the comments box. And thank you so much for your support. God bless you all. Till next time later. Peace.